Alright, so this is as far as I got so far. I just removed the cap there that covers the distributor, because I don't have Torx bits. So I guess we'll be taking a ride to Harbor Freight. Damn it, man. Okay, never mind Harbor Freight. So I decided, actually this is the next day. So I decided to go online and found these bits. 16 piece, or is it 13? Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 piece bit set here for 20 bucks. Got them today, next day. Harbor Freight wanted like $8 for just a T40, so I waited a day and got that. So I took it all apart. This was fairly easy to do. The bolts that hold the plenum in place, every single one of them were loose except for two. This one was tight, and I believe this one was tight, but these here, I believe I could have just got them out with a flathead screwdriver. They were so loose. And so I'm looking at the fuel pressure, and it's actually holding just under 20. I'm going to say that's 15. And that's the first time I see that. Can that mean that it fixed itself? I don't think so. I think maybe the gauges, or maybe it's not. Whatever, I have the part. I'm going to go ahead and swap it out. It doesn't look like anyone's ever been in there, so I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed and replace that. Also, I found this plug here that goes into the plenum underneath, and someone's been in here because the tab is broken off. So when I put this back on there, I'm going to end up, I don't know, maybe taping it so it won't fall off. Oh, and here's the big one. Let's go around this side. So I'm in here taking this apart, and I noticed this thing here, and I couldn't see where it was coming from, but I noticed it looks like it's cut off or broke off, snapped off. I have no idea where it goes. I do know that it goes to the EGR valve. So that's not working. Even if it's a good EGR valve, it's not working. That's another thing. I don't know if that's been replaced before. You would think it would be filled with rust by now. So could be someone swapped it out, but I will be removing it and testing it to make sure that it does work before I put all this back together. Another thing that I found is these gaskets. Okay, so they line up here. These cutouts line up pretty good here with the runners and the bolts, but here it doesn't. It's too far down. You see, it starts there, and the gasket's way down here, and it's covering at least 1/4 of that cutout on both of them. So I do have a new set. I'll be swapping that out. What more can I say here? It was fairly easy. I'm not sure if I should go ahead and swap out that thermostat. I think someone's been in here before because I see some silicone right there, a little blue. I know that they swapped out 2 injectors, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Don't know if they actually swapped this out once before, and if they did, it doesn't seem to be holding the way it should. I mean, you guys seen it. I think I showed you guys that part in the video. I'm just gonna go ahead and swap it out and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows where this goes. I don't see where it goes, and then again, I don't know, can it go in here? because it looks like it has a vacuum line here into this, and then it has a wire. So that could be some sort of switch, electronic switch that turns on and off. Maybe this looped around like that and went in here. I'll take that off and test that. If that's what that is, then I'll just replace this line and plug it back in place. So what was the hardest thing about this removing the plenum? That right there, this line. I couldn't get the wrench in there at the proper angle because it was tightened a little too far to one side, so it was hard to get the wrench in there. I thought I was going to have to remove the ignition here, distributor, but nope, I got it. And this line just goes into the brake booster. So that's all that is. All right, let me continue here and I'll be right back. Okay, I have the regulator off of there. It did have some fuel. It was under some sort of pressure, and it did drop down to 0. So yeah, it held some pressure. So here's the old one. It looks original. Look at all that corrosion in there. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fuel, but I don't think this was ever changed. But then I could be wrong. It doesn't look good, but it does look original, because I believe the original came in this color, this orange. Look at all that crap coming out of there. You see it falling off? A little dust. Yeah, that's no good. Anyway, so I ordered the AC Delco brand, which is supposed to be an original brand. But like everything else, you pay the money for originality, and this is what you get. This was $102 because it comes in an AC Delco box, but it looks exactly like the Chinese brand that costs you 30 bucks. So I have no choice but to use this, because if this is what I got in the AC Delco box, then it doesn't matter what I put in there. They're all going to be the same. So let's see how long this holds up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. Get this nice and clean, get all that corrosion out of there, and replace it. See you in a minute. Uh-oh. Camera doesn't shut off. All this damn money I pay for this crap. Does this once in a while. It freezes up. Great. Now I have to take it apart and remove the battery. I should just start doing my videos with the iPhone. Jesus. Damn it, man. Alright. Battery removal. Take this case off it. Okay. This is what we have. The old fuel pressure regulator is in the trash. There it is right there. New one is in. Can't test it yet because I decided to go ahead and just swap out this EGR valve. And so I also think that it gets connected to this here. I think that's a port there for that vacuum line, because what's going to operate that EGR? I'm not too familiar with these cars. I'm just going to assume that's where it goes, and that's where I'm going to put it. So what I'm doing is I'm using this long vacuum hose that goes to the pressure regulator. It's a little too long, so it goes there, and then it just plugs in right here. So there's an extra, I don't know, 6 inches here. There's an extra 6 inches here. So I'm just going to use that. What I'm going to do here is I'm not going to waste my time looking for this vacuum line here. Just going to cut it off right there. I don't know if you can see that burn mark. See that right there? I'm going to cut it off there, and then I'm going to cut another inch off it. And then I'm going to use the 6 inches that I have out of here, that I'm going to cut off of here, and make this so where, I know it sounds a little convoluted, right? Maybe I'm not explaining it correctly, but you'll see the end result when I get done. Anyway, this is going to go here. So it's going to have to go underneath the fuel rail, right? Like that. Gets plugged in here, like that. And so I'll cut it here, and then I'll add the hose to it, and the piece that I cut off, I use a little piece, stick it in there, because that's where it looks like it plugs in, and I'll just mend it up like that. It's got to work. Something needs to operate this EGR valve, so I'm going to assume that's it. If it doesn't work, oh well, it wasn't connected anyway, so. Anyway, folks, so I decided, like I said, I decided to change that out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go in here with a brush and some Zep or some Purple Power. I'm going to clean this intake manifold, make it look brand new. And I'm going to go ahead and order that from Amazon. Amazon has it locally. I'll have it here tomorrow by 10 in the morning. And we'll get that put in. Also, I went ahead and ordered an AC Delco, right? Original part. A fuel pump, because although it is working, it just makes too much racket. And I'm hoping that by swapping it out, this looks like, yeah, it's got an AC Delco Ziploc bag. Is it really though? Or is it just a repackaging? And if it is, I could have gotten this for under 50 bucks. That was about 100. It does have a gasket and some lines in here. So anyway, either way, I'm going to go ahead and swap that out just to be on the safe side. And if I can get rid of all that racket it makes back there, I'll be happy with that. All right, folks, I will see you tomorrow when that part comes in. Actually, you'll see me in about 3 seconds. Later. Damn it, man, it's doing it again. Jesus Christ. What the hell's wrong with this stupid thing? I have to take it apart again. No matter what you pay for things these days, everything is just garbage. Damn it, man. Just not working out. So I started doing this Wednesday. It is now Saturday evening. Sun's about to go down, and let me show you what I found. All right, so I think you guys remember when I mentioned that the bolts for the plenum, where these runners run into the plenum, they were kind of loose. And I figured, well, if they were loose, let me check the rest of them. So I started to go around to try to get in here and tighten the rest of the bolts. When I go in there, I noticed that there's a bolt missing down here. There's one missing on that corner right there. All right, so this side of the runners only have one bolt, and it comes in from the inside, the center of the intake there. And I said, okay, so let's check this side. This one has all three in them. You got the 1, 2, 3. This one's also missing 2. The one on the far end, the corner here, the one in the middle. I don't think you guys can see that, but trust me, they're missing. I don't see any other way to get them in there, but start removing these valve covers. Can't remove the valve cover without removing this pump. And so I started removing this valve cover here, got the bolts off it, and it won't come off of here. I have to move this air conditioning bracket. So it didn't just turn into a project. It turned into a damn nightmare. I was just trying to put a fuel pressure regulator in there. That's it. Anyway, parts did come in. Oh, I had to remove this crossover pipe from here. Luckily, I didn't break any of the bolts. But I don't know if I remember how all this goes back, because I just keep taking stuff apart. I didn't know that a two-port injection engine was so hard to work on. It looks so simple. All right, so here is the new EGR valve. You know, when I purchased it, it said AC Delco. I don't see that here. Oh, maybe that's what it is. ACD number. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Made in China, mainland, Mexico. Oh, I didn't know China was in Mexico. All right, it's news to me. Anyway, here's the new EGR. That's going in. What else did I get? I know I ordered more stuff. I can't remember. I'm frustrated right now. I wasn't planning on doing all this. But it is what it is, and it has to get done now. So I won't be doing anything till I get done with that. I won't be doing anything with this here, and I won't be doing anything with the Magnum. And I got a feeling this video is running a little long. I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm going to call this part 1 of the fuel pressure regulator swap out. Great. All right, folks, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Later. Bye.